With me now is Canada's Minister of Agriculture, Marie-Claude Bibeau. Madam Minister, good to see you again. Thanks for being here to speak with me about this announcement today. Explain exactly how this expanded financial support for farmers is going to work, especially canola farmers. How will it ease the financial crisis that many of them are facing?
So we're talking about the Advanced Payments Program. So this program has been designed to support farmers with their cash flow. They can make a loan, and it used to be a loan of a maximum of $400,000, and we have raised it to $1 million. And a part of this loan, which used to be $100,000, we have raised it, which is interest-free.
Right.
We have raised it to $500,000 for canola farmers only. So the maximum loan, the limit is for all farmers, but the interest-free increase is really for canola farmers.
Because they're the ones who are hard hit at the moment
Exactly.
with this problem with China. So it's the Premier of Saskatchewan, I know, had asked for the interest-free portion to be $1 million, the whole amount, and you've gone half that way. Why not the full $1 million?
It's a matter of one, yes, availability of money. Second, we are working with 36 executing agencies who are managing these funds. This is also a consideration for them. And actually, I think Premier Mo has said today that he was happy with the increase in the program that we have just announced. And we have made also a second announcement, which is a joint announcement with the provinces for the agri-stability kind of insurance program. And this is another way to support the farmers who might face a decrease in their revenues.
Do you know how many farmers, there's 43,000, I think, canola farmers in the country. How many farmers will be able to take advantage of this? I mean, how many expecting to access this money?
So the program is available to all farmers, and the interest-free portion increased to all canola farmers. And the way it's designed, it's that it is up to half of the value of their canola, either that they already have in their silos or the production for the coming year. So it's proportional to their production capacity.
Okay. So we know the number one canola market's China. We know that that's drying up as this dispute goes on. This is going to allow, as I understand it then, this will allow the farmers to shop around, possibly for the best price they can get.
Exactly.
If they can't sell it to China, they're looking for other customers, and they have to move the canola. So sometimes the clock is ticking against them. Does this allow them to buy some time to be able to shop around and find the best customers for the crop?
Yes, because this is really a cash flow support program, and the canola is a crop that can be, that can last for several months, even a bit more than a year, I believe. So it allows them to have more flexibility in choosing the right moment and the right price. And beside that, Minister Carr, my colleague, the Minister of International Trade Diversification, is working hard on diversifying the markets. So increasing those we already have and opening new markets, including those countries which have signed with us the Trans-Pacific Agreement and the agreement with Europe.
How quickly can you find other markets? It's not like you find them overnight, and this is a pressing issue for canola farmers in this country. So what are your expectations? How quickly do you think your government can find new markets for Canadian canola?
It's an ongoing process to open the markets. We are very conscious that the Chinese market is important, and we cannot, as you said, move it overnight. So this is why the first objective is still to reopen our market access with China. And this is why we are having continued conversation with our counterparts, actually the counterparts of the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, Customs China. So we are having continued conversation based on science, because we want to have evidence of the reason why they have suspended the export permits.
But you're not having the kind of discussions you really want to have. I mean, you've asked for a Canadian delegation to be allowed to go to China, to have this discussion, to sit down and compare notes on what China claims is a science-based concern they have. Do you accept that it's science-based? Everybody else is saying this is retaliation for the detention of Meng Wanzhou in Vancouver.
This is why we are working as a team within the department with Minister Carr and Minister Freeland, and also as a Canada team, Team Canada, with the stakeholders, with the province, the prairie provinces, with the farmers, with the businesses who are involved into it. So we are really working as a team and considering all the options we have in front of us.
But you're taking China at its word for this, at this point, that this is a science-based. They say they found pests in Canadian canola. The federal government says through the food, no, we've looked at it a number of times, there's no pests in the shipments. Do you accept that they have a science problem with this, or is this payback for the detention of Meng Wanzhou?
We're working on all these options because we are considering all options. But as the Minister of Agriculture and Agri-Food, I have to go to the bottom of it. We are being told that there's a pest in our canola, while we think we have the highest quality canola in the world. So I really have to go to the bottom of it. And this is why I insist to have further discussions and evidence of that. I have to defend our quality, very high quality product, and I have to defend our very robust inspection system as well.
So some are suggesting you need to defend it by retaliating. You need to say to the Chinese, let's have tougher inspections on Chinese products coming into Canada. Let's retaliate. That's the advice you're getting from some quarters. Why not?
As I said, we have a working group. We are having these discussions amongst all the stakeholders, the provinces and the government of Canada. And we are not at the stage right now to proceed with that type of measures, but it's still in our, toolkit.
That's an option for you?
It's in the toolkit.
So I guess people will wonder, at what point do you satisfy yourself that there are no pests in the Canadian canola? We are satisfied of that, and if China doesn't reopen the market, then you'll retaliate?
And it's an option, but we have to take into consideration the overall, import-export situation with China as well. So it's not a decision that we can take easily, and obviously Minister Carr is following it closely.
And so that also presumably has on the table the idea of a possible trade complaint to the WTO. If it comes to that, that's still an option as well.
It's still an option, of course, but we believe that it's not the right time to do it.
Okay. So where are you in the process with China then? And if you're working through channels to try and resolve this and address their concerns, how close are you?
It's hard to say. The communication channel is open through video conference between the CFIA and Custom China, which is a good thing. And we're pushing this conversation till the point that we either get evidence and we would work on the problem, or we get the response that our canola is free to go through the market in China.
And if not, then other options, as you mentioned to us, are under consideration. Marie-Claude Bibeau, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.